We're trying to get this Jeep done so that we can all go on an off-road trip when my brother comes down. And it's gonna be pressing, so I'm not gonna have a lot of time to edit. To be able to get a video out to you guys in any kind of reasonable amount of time, I'm gonna have to break it down. So this week we're putting a 4-core radiator on our 1969 Willys. Last week we put the 4-barrel carburetor intake in that same vehicle, and it was quite the task. But it wasn't that hard, really. Anybody with a grinder and some hand tools could have done it. Now the 4-core radiator is going to be interesting because it's not supposed to fit.
My little tiny knife out.
And anything bigger is overcompensating. So that ain't a knife. That's a knife.
4-core aluminum radiator from Express Cool.
Oh, I'm telling you, further evidence, Hyper Tough is Pittsburgh. I think they're the same company here.
They probably are. 69 CJ5.
69 CJ5, so it probably went to Woodstock. All right, so what engine do we have here?
The motor is a G25 cubic inch displacement V6 Dauntless. Originally came with 10.5 to 1 compression, and liters it is 3.7 liter.
Oh, buddy, I just noticed something, Marco.
What?
Y'all see it? Here, go with me on this adventure. Your wiring harness is riding against your exhaust manifold, dude.
No, that was when I took out the foot switch. I had to put that.
Huh?
I think that's a foot switch, is it?
That looks like a whole wiring harness, buddy.
Oh. Well, that's good.
That's crunchy.
Yeah. Well, good thing we're rewiring it, right? It's some future thing. We will disconnect the battery for safety.
Oh yeah, that's probably a smart move.
So we should probably leave the carb on and start pulling bolts. Well, let's drain the fluid first.
Probably a good idea.
So,
where's the pan?
yeah, good look at that one. Everyone around here's got oil in it. Used oil.
Well, we got a container to empty it out into. Well, that's lost forever. My first time trying one of these bad boys. We're gonna see how well it goes roundy round. The adapter for a drill to make it an impact, a 3/8 impact.
Oh wow!
Made by DeWalt, but it's also angled, 90-degree angle.
And it rotates.
If you're curious, this a metric 9/16 also works here. Metric 9/16. Good Lord! Apparently this thing's on there tight though. Or this little impact thing got enough in it. It may just not have enough beans, dude.
Oh, really? Well, let me empty out a container for fluid.
That didn't feel so tight.
We're only draining antifreeze today, so.
Apparently the pliers are the same age as the Jeep. Look at the patina, it matches. I'm glad they put this thing right where it falls on the differential and never lands in the bucket. If some made it in the bucket, I'll be impressed. So when you're changing your radiator on your 1969 CJ, Make sure you get an oil pan the size of the Jeep.
My 2-piece radiator shroud.
Just put some drift stitches on it, dude. Drifters do it all the time because they mess up their bumpers on their plastic cars. They drill holes along it and then use zip ties.
Nothing to zip tie.
Well, you drill holes from here and then drill holes on the other side and then you stitch it together. Drift stitches.
Yeah, you just have to order a new one.
You're
That's
right.
hard to find though.
Or, hear me out, you kind of put it together and fiberglass it.
Well, I thought about that too.
If you don't expect to put money in your project car, what do you expect to put money?
Yeah, the intake was already an arm and a leg.
Oh, for sure. Well, if you don't expect to put money in your project car, what do you expect to put?
Until you have 3 project cars.
I get that. Until you have 1,000 project cars. You always want to use grade 8 bolts on your radiator bracket.
There's only 4 bolts holding the radiator up?
Yeah, but they're all grade 8.
You got about a quart there?
Oh, I might have a gallon. Okay. You can tell someone sealed off the ends, probably just to get the Jeep sold, but they didn't.
Was it look new or no?
That pretty much cut out one of the cores completely.
I don't think we have to pull the fan.
I don't think we do either, although it wouldn't be hard right now. We could probably take that off after we get the intake off.
Well, I wanted to dry fit that.
Oh, the radiator?
Yeah, just to make sure.
The hose is loose, it's just the hose mount needs to be. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're good. I don't know if you plan on putting the flexi hoses back on, but there you go.
I have one for the bottom one. I should have ordered one for the top one, but I didn't. I didn't know how much it was going to change.
Gotcha. All right, let's get that radiator. See how it goes. Here, I got this side. Go grab the other side.
Okay. Why not? Trying to hit it. What are we hitting? Hitting something.
The fan? Yeah, dude, hold on. Yeah, we're hitting the fan.
Okay, we got to come up.
It might fit, Mark, because it was just the edge of the fan rubbing. Yeah, see, it just slipped right in right now.
Yeah.
I just turned the blade a little.
Maybe.
Man, look at the clearance on that, though. It's about 3/16 of an inch on the bottom on my side. Hold on, we might need to dry fit this fully. I think we're gonna have to put some bolts in it, Mark, because it looks like it might rub on that on your side now, as the blade spins.
You need to come up.
Up is a bad thing.
Oh, no, right there.
I'm like, we want it to go down.
Well, there's a bolt hole there. Okay.
Okay. I was trying to figure out how to do that.
Now there you go.
Okay.
I'm sure there's enough room.
Look, it's stuck on there right now.
It's hitting?
Yeah.
Is the fan blade hitting or what's hitting?
The fan blade's hitting. My bottom can't go, and that's what needs to go. See? It's hitting the weld on the bottom right there.
Yeah, but that you need more clearance than that.
Yeah, you need about a 1/2 inch more clearance, dude. To an inch.
Yeah. Does this box come out?
With a cutting blade.
It doesn't have bolts?
No.
See why I wanted to do this?
Yeah.
Should have got a 3-core.
It's hitting right against this right here. This lip. Like, honestly, the only way I think we'll be able to do this, Mark, is if we run an electric fan.
And there was an option for that.
Because then the fan isn't so low. Because see, this fan is too low. If it was up another 2 inches, it wouldn't be a problem.
They make an option for it.
I would not want to cut in any of this. Because it's still factory, it's still good, it's not rusted over, it's not... Could we move it back an inch and just weld it and call it a day? Yes. Is that the kind of work that I know Mark would like happen? I don't think that's the kind of work Mark would like to happen.
I thought about it too. A while ago.
So did I. I already counted it out. I'm like, there's no way. Grandpa, yes. I think it's supposed to have an electric fan here.
Yeah. Did we mar it up too much or no?
I don't know. I'd send it back and call it a day.
And
if you want to get the 3-core, get the 3-core. If you want to get the electric fan, get the electric fan. Well, think about it. You can't get nothing done today on it.
what we can do is pull the fan and put replacement bolts in. Or let me figure out what to do.
Hey, Mark, you know what I think? Whenever those people put those 4-core radiators, they get rid of that.
You can't. You gotta cut it.
Is it welded in?
Yeah. I think it comes with a fan, and I didn't buy that.
But as for our radiator, we've decided to do we're gonna try to shorten this up. We're gonna try to take this 3/4 of an inch out right here, moving it back a little to make a clearance for our radiator.
It's not enough. There's been too many modifications to make it original, so I don't care.
Yeah, it has an HEI distributor, aftermarket intake, aftermarket alternator, 1-wire, power brakes, power steering. This 1969 Jeep's top of the line for 1983. So we're gonna cut this back so we can completely modify this thing, turn it into a 4-core radiator. And to do that, we'll probably take this whole front grille off because it looks to us that it's only held on with 7 bolts. You got the center one here and then 3 down each side.
I don't want to go electronic. I want to stay more mechanical. Also, we live in a very hot, temperate zone in New Mexico.
What he's saying is we live near the double butthole and it gets hot.
Because the other day it was 110 here. So you got to keep your engines cool. Oh, God.
What?
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 Uncle Scotty's here to gas us out.
So, Joe, if you look at this, you can only go 1 inch down here.
That's what I was already talking about. I was the one that said that.
I told you that yesterday.
I told you all that yesterday. Oh look, they have the perfect notch out for my drill right here.
It's not on.
This is like...
It's still on, it's just the screen's not. That's to save battery life. Man, that's almost like it had 40 years of stuff on it. That wasn't even got a holder. Wow. Come with me real quick. What a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? The cloud cover is much appreciated. Some wildfires going right now you probably heard about. If you know anything about New Mexico. You know, I figured with this cloud cover it'd at least be a little cooler.
Well, it got muggier.
And it's still cooler, I'm just complaining about it for no reason. You know, it's really weird that this 1969 Jeep was smart enough to put access for you to use your impact gun on everything. So you put your wrench on this side, and then you run your impact on the inside right here. New car manufacturers don't even do that, dude.
I do a little bit of painting on that motor. Craigslist rebuild.
Only the finest, dude. Now it's the moment of truth. We see if we're right on
You got a nut underneath?
Well, it looks like it is just that one bolt. See if my wrench will lock up so I can back this bad boy off. There we go. Now, okay, you guys got to remember the sequence in which you go on there. It goes nut, then lock washer, then little washer, then big washer. Okay? You guys taking notes? And I've lost the nut. Of course I lost the nut. Oh, I found the nut. It's still inside the socket. All right, let's see if this thing comes loose now.
So I was telling Scott that my machinist called me yesterday.
What did he call you?
A pain.
How did they get that in there?
Well, anyways.
Apparently that one's staying in there, dude.
What? Get what in there?
Actually, maybe if you go up.
Okay, now what do we gotta do? Disconnect the wiring?
I'm looking at the wiring right now to figure out how we're gonna do that.
Okay, this is that tight, so we can...
Yeah, that we can just put over it. But
well, some of those are working properly.
it looks like it's just directly connected anyway.
Well, this can come off.
Say what, Scott? This wiring harness is gonna have to be redone anyway.
Yeah.
Like I said. When I came in, when we pushed it in here, it was right up against the...
Pop this loose.
Is it still blinky?
No, they both work. They're both connected.
Are we still calling it one-eyed Willie?
No.
All right, if you look here, you will see that this black wire goes to this post. The red wire goes to this post. If we look at the wiring coming from the other side, the red wire goes to the same post as this red wire. Good. The yellow wire to the other side, for some reason, is going to this post. the same post as the red. So I don't know why they got 2 wires going to the same post that goes to the same place. And then the black wire is going to here. Why is one black wire going to here on the lights and the other black wire going to here on the lights? He said the wiring wasn't working good before, but we'll look into that later. Let's at least have a reference point to make it back to where we are. So I'm gonna get some tape and a marker and be right back. We decided we're gonna make burgers for lunch, so we needed a grill.
Gotcha. And we're not gonna put gold caps on it either.
I didn't get that one.
It's a 2000s reference.
That's why I didn't get it.
You know how all the rappers were getting gold grills?
And we did it in traditional fashion, upside down, but number 1 is to the front of the vehicle and number 3 is to the end of the vehicle. Now we should just have to label which wire as the which post it goes to, and that way we can keep track of what our wiring is currently. We will have a reference point. The wiring may not be right, but it'll be right back where it was.
So, do we even measure how much space was down there?
Not exactly.
Well, when we cut it, we can just shift it over and find
Tack
out.
it.
Yeah, or mark it with a marker.
Put it in the oven and mark it with a B. See, now all we should have to do is get a piece of tape, then we get our marker, and this is at the number 1 pillar, so we're just gonna write number 1 on here. Now we know where that wire goes. Let's get another one. We'll label this one 3, so I'm gonna write 3. It may seem funky, but I think it makes sense.
Yeah, well, you picked the right tool for that.
I wanted to find the smallest channel locks I could find. I don't know what that was supposed to go to, but it wasn't connected when I did it.
Yeah, Red Jakey's rubbing my back. Uncle Mark likes his back scratched. Now he's sawing my neck off. Oh, must be lunch. Grandpa's here. Oh, yeah. That's not the point. You always come at lunchtime.
Hold on. 1, 2, break free.
Free falling. Will 1 inch give you enough clearance on that radiator?
But I think we gotta go less than an inch. I think we're only gonna be cutting it like 3/4.
No, I'd cut it 1 inch. We can cut it, put it back up there and check. I would take that thing completely off if it was me.
This whole thing off? I don't know, it's welded on.
It's alright. Put it completely off and mount it a different way. It's even worse if you cut it all the way around and then you're not exactly perfectly straight. You're trying to weld it back together.
Well, look, even the bracket to hold the
well, you
grill
leave that
on,
piece on there.
You gotta cut that off. That's part of it.
Yeah, but it's what I'm saying is then you don't have to meet them back together. And then you use all thread all the way through it and tighten it down. We can cut about. Is there a line there? There should be a line. But it's a to try to cut 1 inch out of that and weld it all back together.
That wouldn't be bad.
It's gonna be harder than you think.
Not to full weld it. I thought we were just gonna tack it every.
Yeah, we're just gonna do that. Well, that's what your radiator is connected to 100%. So you gotta.
Yeah, but if you just put 4 tacks here, 4
Not
4 1
tacks,
inch
you gotta put,
beads.
yeah.
That's what I meant. You put a 4 1 inch beads on each of the sides.
you're-
What you got to understand that is the radiator comes down here. It comes down below the cross member. So doing it your way will make it go higher, and then the hood won't close.
No,
The radiator goes right here under the.
just move it forward 1 inch.
I'll move this forward 1 inch.
Yeah,
No, that's a bad idea.
When
Will not fit no more.
then you come across the top and you still go 1 inch.
It won't.
We're doing the same thing, except for we're just cutting 1 inch out.
Easier.
Well, I don't care about easier.
I know.
You want it to look good from the outside too. All right, so we're talking about lowering this 1 inch and cutting this off. That way this doesn't hit where the cross member is.
I mean,
Now we're gonna line up our bolt holes to make sure that's right. That looks like it lines up pretty good. Looks like it lines up pretty good. See, that cross member comes way up here. See how much lower that radiator sits? You can't just move it forward 1 inch. I don't know if that's a factory weld or not. It doesn't look like it'd be something that's factory. If we get 3/4 inch painter's tape, that'll take 3/4 inch out, and then that'll give us 1 inch total. Yeah, no, just get the 1 inch.
maybe cut it a little short. You can always put a spacer in between. But you can cut this back.
Well, if we lock this off, we'll have the space. And put space in between. You got
What I don't like about that whole.
It's a spot weld. And you just drill the spot welds out.
Thinking about cutting this on the outside here because it'd be easier. The idea here is we want to try to find a good edge to put our 1 inch tape so we can cut just 1 inch out and then try to put it back together. That's how you calm down after a long day of killing. Killing it!
Not on.
Just lop it off.
right where it's flat.
Well, go on. Come on. Go on. We'll put your marker away. Hurry up, JP. I'm waiting for you, buddy. That's how that's supposed to work, right? Looks like it's time for another blade. All right, the plan was that we could slide this one, but because of all the angles, I don't know if that's gonna be an option. Basically, we've taken an 1/8 inch out now.
And then put it around the outside, go down. Cut it in the center?
Yeah.
But like I said, then these holes aren't probably gonna match up still.
No, they will.
Yeah.
Oh, they might not.
Maybe you might have to drill them wider or something. No, just cut it right there in that corner, that 90 degree, cut that straight off. And then you just weld the corner right here. Pink.
Yep.
And then you went
But
down
that'll
to
still
1
move
inch.
it over a 1/2 inch.
No.
It's got a slant. If you move it, you need to move it this way. You almost need to cut this off here because, all right, so it normally was right here, right, Mark?
Yeah.
So if we move it over any, it's gonna move that whole radiator over a 1/2 inch, which makes your shroud off. If we lop this off and just bring it, cut it on the elbow and bring it down straight, I think that's the only way to get it close to where it's supposed to be.
Okay, let's do that then. Does that take an inch out then?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that then.
Not long enough because this is too short.
Yeah, that's by the way 2 inches.
Because you shortened it.
Yeah,
Right.
but I'll just cut it in the middle and we'll weld it.
See, look, dude, you're off 2 inches here, 3 inches.
Yeah. Well, I might have to extend that, but it is what it is.
Why don't you just extend a tab from here to here
Well, that's
and weld that tab in, and you can make it as long as you want.
in the bottom.
You can even come out here to the side if you want. Instead of up top, come to the side. You can weld the tab here to here. All that does is hold this from doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot all about these being connected.
Yeah, but see, you're gonna have to add 2.5 inches to
But
it.
see, we could cut here straight and just put it on there, and then we got our flange.
Wrong way, dude. Well, I see what you're doing. See, you're still too short.
That's
And
what
if you
I-
center the radiator in the center of the fan, you need to come over this way some.
Well, that does give us the 1/2 inch.
Yeah, but look how not centered it is on that fan.
Yeah.
Look at your way over there. And you want it to be as centered as much as possible.
Well, that's how it was. That's why they were using a fan shroud to
Right.
compensate for that. There's a fan shroud to compensate for all that.
Yeah, but we could still shift it down a bit. Like cutting that and then cutting these straight and sliding these down. Slide it down to where we want it, mark it, and then weld them in.
Well, you
Mark
put the
it right
radiator
here.
where you want it, and then you match this to the radiator.
Well, we'll match just the sides.
Too bad you can't put the radiator on the outside of this.
If there's one bracket, wouldn't
You
here.
put it straight up against the thing, and then you make your fan shot on the back side instead of the front side.
right. Then it's already ready for a V8 when you go to V8 swap it.
LS
I'm
swap.
not putting
Right now, give it a week or two.
No, still not gonna do it. That's too much work, dude. This is enough work.
Too much work. We're already into too much work.
If you'd have just let me order the radiator I was going to, and you hadn't got in a hurry, we wouldn't have to do none of this, probably.
Too late. There's no turning back now.
It is angled though.
We
Well,
can't move it over that 1/2 inch we were talking about before because that'll put this neck right into the fan.
No, right there's not too bad. You can even. Go marks with it a little bit. Right there, probably. That's more centered.
You can probably go to there.
Right there. See, if you do that, then you just put a tab here and mount it here, and then put a tab there and mount it there on both sides, and you're done. And then right here, you put a tab from here all the way up here. You bring it out here, and then you bolt it up.
Why are your headlights gotta be so goddamn big?
Because they're bug eyes.
Let's change them.
It's gonna be one-eyed Willie, I'm telling you.
Mark that on both sides. Like this, and slip it down. So, let me just do it real quick. Just to see. How those up. It don't hurt anything to do that. I can do.
It's as good an idea as any damn thing else.
We don't have to build flanges. We can open up these holes a little
Well,
bit.
it's a lot more stronger than tabs, because tabs aren't strong.
Right.
What Mark's got going on here is, which we can wedge this out after we tack it on the bottom side. He kind of forced this side in, forced that side out, well, forced this side in. By just tweaking and moving it, we cut it a 1/2 inch and now we slid it back. This is probably going to move it over a 1/2 inch, and we'll probably need a custom bend shroud after this. 110 welders the same day. We forced it over on this side, forced this side over on that side. It looks like it might line up after we warble that hole out. So we're going to weld it into place and see where we're at. Just tack weld it. We'll just tack weld it. It's always best to accidentally weld your clamp. I was talking about fitting it in the truck.
Oh, let's see how the radiator.
Yeah, we can do that too. It almost looks like it's angled out. Like it needs to go over.
We'll just hammer it into place or drill a hole. So go ahead and try the radiator, and then we'll take a look.
We're gonna have to lop this off too, maybe.
What?
Your aluminum right here is, the aluminum right here is for the hood, for the grill bracket. Let's set it in and see how it lines up.
So we're gonna call this good?
No, it's still got to be full welded in.
I know, but as a fitment.
Well, the bolt holes are lining up now. We don't know how it's gonna work once we get it.
Why don't we put 3 bolts in it and then put the whole thing in?
You don't want to, so we don't damage the radiator. How about we put the 3 bolts in when we put the radiator in inside?
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna put a bottom bolt in too, just to
Make sure it won't hurt.
It looks like we got clearance, dude.
How close are you to that bottom hose? Remember, you gotta put the hose on there.
Yep.
Pretty close, huh?
As long as you don't turn the hose clamp that way, you'd be alright.
Well, it all might shift a little bit with depending on what happens here. I don't know.
Look, that metal bolt looks like it needs to go there.
That might
give
look
it
better
more
now.
room. Yeah, that gives us almost an inch clearance now on that thing.
Okay. Let's call it good then. Cut that tack and raise it up a little bit.
A couple tacks, yeah.
Yeah. All we had to do was bring it up, and you did that. I think we're good.
So the welder overheated previously, so I had to let it cool off. Then I forgot to turn on the camera again, but I got it finished welded. It was only 2 more beads that I added, but there was this crack here, and our wire brushed it out. We're gonna try to go ahead and patch this up while we're here. Might as well. Now remember, I'm not a sheet metal guy, and this is a 110 welder that somebody gave me. I'm fighting it right now because it's overlapped right here. I almost need it to come apart. Watch your eyes.
You gotta do the back too.
Just gonna tack it in the back. I'm not gonna clean that up like I did the front.
Right.
Watch your eyes. That'll hold on that one. Now it's just putting the corner in. because there was 2 cracks going this way like this, and I got those pretty much squared away now. Do the backside, some touch up, I should be good. Now I'm gonna warn you ahead of time. I'm not a sheet metal guy. In fact, if I owned a body shop, I'd call it Bondoito, because I'd be stealing everything by throwing Bondo on. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, you're doing better than I can do.
Bondito, what do I do?
Did you get that fixed?
Almost, kind of. With enough Bondo, you can make anything look good, right?
Yeah.
One more time. Keep your eyes shut till I tell you. Your safety glasses are on your hat.
I don't mean I gotta wear them. Wait till you get something in your eye.
Oh, Charlie. Hold on. Just don't look at this side. You'll be fine.
So this is done, modified. We're gonna try it after I paint it.
Uncle Mark's painting his grill after our repair job.
Just have to touch up on some places.
Are you leaving it gray?
Yeah, I just have to put the black over this edge here.
Blacking out the back?
Yeah, just don't touch that one edge.
My patch probably you can't tell. Look at this side, it's about the same. While he's finishing painting that up, I'm gonna... T-belt here is already starting to shred, dude. We're gonna have to pull this bracket off. We're gonna have to bend it.
Yeah.
Or you know what? Which way do we gotta bend it? Let me see. Excuse me. I wonder, could it be so easy?
Spacer?
No, it's gotta bend the other way.
Well, the Jeep sounds like it runs healthy.
Oh, yeah, go backward. That's how we're doing. Let me take the battery off.
Are you sure you're bending that the right way?
You have to look. I can't.
Well, I just wanted to bend the hair.
Right, pretty close.
Listo. All right, let's bolt this thing in before I put the radiator.
Yeah.
This is something we were worried about before, and it looks like it'll probably fit on that side. If I remember correctly, this bolt right here was the only one that was 9/16 out of the whole lot. You know what? I might come from the other side. Keep finding up. Oh. Can you pull up on this, Mark, this fender?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, I dropped the knives.
Did you get it started?
Yeah, it's started. You should be good now. Just put that bolt in. I try to push it under there. I don't think it was under it, Mark.
No?
Put that bolt in there.
I thought it was.
I think it was just in that bracket.
I thought it was between the two.
Was it between the two?
I think so.
You know what? I took it out through the top, so maybe.
It changed it was, if I remember right.
Well, then we might have to really pick up them fenders.
Well, we might have to.
Oh, hold on. I can push it up. Hold these washers so I don't lose them, Mark. Okay, so I'm gonna try to push this up and wedge it in. Can you guys help me push it up by any chance?
That's about all we got.
Hold on, a little more. One more time.
That's it.
It's pretty close. One more time and we might be able to center it.
Okay, give me a second. Okay.
Right there. Centered.
Well,
This one's long enough. I don't think that one's long enough, Mark.
you might be right. I don't know why that bolt is tight.
I don't know either. It's starting to loosen up though. I think it's just rusted on that end and we should have wire brushed it. It's a long-winded thing though. I like this bolt a lot better when I had my impact.
Well, everybody does.
Wow, that really solidified that, didn't it? Like, look at the fenders and everything. Everything's solid now.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna need some bushings, dude.
Like
Guys,
bushings for what?
and new bolts. Because we need a spacer at the bottom here. We need some massive spacers, dude.
Why?
It's not gonna slide in. I need bushings on this side. I need longer bolts. Just hold on a second. Let me put this back together.
Why do you need longer bolts?
Because it won't fit.
Oh, because of the bottom?
Well, yeah, it's hitting the cross brace at the bottom. On your side and my side, but it's really bad on my side. We need to move it over. I need spacers on mine. We go get a couple spacers.
Okay. Is it gonna hit the radiator? I mean the fan?
No, we're clearing. Look, we're clearing right now, and I don't even have it heading down. Probably gonna need a spacer on this side too. We need to find a couple more bolts. I'll be right back because I find a couple more bolts.
Come on, I can put some holes here.
Yeah, if you want. Hopefully it's just long enough. No, it'll fit. Our radiator is pointed forward right here, and we probably should have it tilted back just a hair.
I'll have one.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put a shroud on it. We just don't got one yet.
The $300 is probably what we got.
Well, we didn't fit everything, so we kind of winged it. Now we got to wing this side to fix it.
And then the beauty ring has one bolt that put in the shop.
Ah, dang it. Finish hooking up our lights.
And that's actually it.
2, 3, 3. Remember our little indicators here? Are you guys even looking at what I'm looking at? Pay attention. Join the class. Remember, I labeled the wheel here and then also the wire, so I know where to plug everything back in at.
So get stuff and ready for the prom. You want me to test the lights?
All right. Oh, buddy, it's almost like I knew what I was doing. Don't tell no one.
Okay, I'm gonna start her up.
All right. The alternator still needs to be pulled out more. Yeah, the alternator's still bad. We need to pull it out some.
It's running better and better because of the engine being used. That smoothed out a lot.
Well, we still got to move this alternator bracket. Good, it's starting to smell like rubber. I think that belt's going.
If you've been watching this long, you might as well subscribe.
And remember, don't wait for opportunity, create it. Tune in next week where we talk about putting on this engine.
Oh, we gotta trim that part. Oh, well, yeah.
Pick it up again real quick and put it back in.
That's what she said.
Not you.